today I'm showing my top 10 just my top 10 video game consoles, like which ones I think the best in terms of a few different factors, like just my top 10. Now, this is just my opinion, okay? So we're gonna get right into it, and I'm gonna be telling you why and everything. And thank you so much. Let's get right into it. Coming in at number 10, we have the cathode ray tube amusement device. Now, this is the cathode ray tube amusement device. Not everyone considers this a video game. I do. It was invented in 1948, and I consider it's the first video game ever to be invented. Okay, it is. Now, I consider it a video game. Not a lot of people do, but it is a video game. It qualifies as a video game. You can read more about it on Wikipedia. So basically, these guys took like a little cool engineering kit called the cathode ray tube, and they turned it into a video game. And basically how it works is, so there are things like flying across the screen, kind of like this, and so it's blurred, and you have to press the button to make it unblurred when the thing that's flying across the screen is above is in your zoom view. So, coming in at number 9, we have the original PlayStation. Now, I have one of these. It's sitting right behind me, but it's only at number 9 because it's basically a Nintendo 64, but it has more adult content. So, put it at number 9 because it's not really rated E for everyone friendly, but they decided to just create something awesome. Like, they trying out new aspects. This is like the ancestors of all the PlayStations that became really popular, which have more rated E content. So this is number 9. It was released on the 3rd of December in 1994. So coming in at number 8, we have the Xbox. The Xbox is at number 8. The original Xbox. This is the original Xbox. So I'm putting this on the list. I know nothing about it, but Microsoft decided to go out of the way. Everyone doubted them, but they just created a video game console. And then more after that, it was preceded first by the Xbox 360, then the Xbox One, and eventually, they've already announced it, the Xbox X Series. And no, everybody doubted them, and I'm just praising Microsoft by putting this on the list. It was released on November 15th, 2001. Coming in at number, I think, 7? Coming in at number... Oh, wait, yeah, coming in at number 7 is the PlayStation 5. Now, this is not released yet, but Sony just announcing this console is big on its own, so that's coming in at number 7 because we know nothing about it, but it's just crazy. Like, they've had the PlayStation 4, it has over 1,000 games, it's been going for so long, everybody loves it, and now they just announced PlayStation 5, and that's why I'm putting the PlayStation 5 at number 7. Now at number 6, we have the Nintendo 64. So I wanted to see, the Nintendo 64 and the GameCube are basically the exact same thing. So I was like, which one do I put? But I looked up which one came first. I looked at their release dates. And Nintendo 64 was released on June 23rd, 1996. And I put it on because Nintendo's experimenting with something new, and they got all those great 3D-ish games that are like good graphics, that are like experimenting. And of course had Super Mario 64. And that's good. So I know you're thinking, well, you can see the next console on the list, so it's not a surprise. Well, you might be wondering why I'm saying this, because I'm not sure if this is gonna happen. I'm trying to get it to happen. Try and get my new editor to I'm trying to and get my new editor to block off the next consoles whenever you see them. So that's why Nintendo 64 is at number 6. Now coming on at number 5 is the Wii. This is the Wii. So we're all pictures of the Wii. Now the Wii was the same exact reason as the Nintendo 64, so let's just skip it because there's no explanation needed. I just explained Nintendo 64. Basically the same explanation, okay? The Wii was released on November 19, 2006. Coming in at number 4, we have the Nintendo Switch. Now, I don't think a explanation is needed for this either, because obviously, you know the explanation. There's multiple, like, they're experimenting, but it's crazy. They figure out how to do this. I can't wait to see what Nintendo's next console idea is going to be after seeing this Nintendo Switch. It's just crazy, and Nintendo Switch supports many games, also has many more downloadable games on the eShop, plus the games support downloadable content, such as an example, Fortnite has V-Bucks, Super Smash Bros. Has expansion passes, so does Pokemon Sword and Shield, which again, I am really excited about that. I just got the expansion pack as well. I beat the game, I got the expansion pass, I'm working on that. I love Pokemon. So the Nintendo Switch was released in March 2017. So, coming in at number 3, I think. Yes, coming in at number 3, we have the Game Boy. Now, the Game Boy is not the first handheld console by Nintendo. The first was the Game & Watch. But the Game & Watch is not worthy of a spot on this list. It's just not. I would get the Game & Watch as a collector, but I didn't. I never got one. You know, the game card, like the SD card for the Game & Watch for the original Mario Bros, or I think it may have been Super Mario Bros, because they eventually made that for the Game & Watch after it was released for the NES. I don't know why they did that, but yeah, so I gave it to the Game Boy, and the Game Boy is much better. It supports many games. It uses cartridges. I'm actually gonna show you a Game Boy cartridge here. So I'm gonna go to Chrome and do it. So I'm gonna show you what the Game Boy's cartridge looks like. I should have shown you the other cartridges too. So Game Boy cartridge. I'm actually gonna show you all the cartridges that we've passed so far. So that's a Game Boy cartridge. The Game Boy was preceded by the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Micro, and eventually the Game Boy Advance SP. So let's show a Wii disc as well. So those are Wii discs. If you can see that small, please zoom in on that, editor. Now let's show you the Switch cartridge. Now, let's see. Images. Those are Switch cartridges. PS1 disc. No, it says Fisk. Yeah, disc. Those are PS1 discs. Now, Nintendo 64 cartridge. So, that's a Nintendo 64 cartridge. Now, what have we not covered? We have not covered, okay, the PS5 we haven't seen. The Xbox and the cathode ray doesn't have cartridges. So, I think Xbox uses discs. Xbox Original. And then disc, I think it uses. Maybe it's a cartridge. Cartridge. Does it use a cartridge? Images. It uses whatever that is, I guess. I honestly don't know. Now let's go back to Silk Browser and get back with our... So that's the Game Boy. The Game Boy was released on April 21st, 1989. So coming in at number 2, we have the Pong arcade machine. So I know all the backstory on the Pong arcade machine. So that's what it looks like. So, there were these game devs, Atari. The Atari console wasn't invented yet, or any of the Atari consoles. It was just the company's name. And they were thinking, I want to create like a video game. So they create this video game. They want to test to see how good it would be. So they take the arcade machine and they go across the country to ask a random barkeeper if they could put the console in the bar and see how people react to it and how people like it. So they put the arcade machine in the bar, and the next day the barkeeper calls and says, "You got to get this thing out of here. Nobody's buying drinks. Everybody's playing Pong." So that was in 1972. And hello? Sorry, that was my mom. So they created the game and they released it to the public. Now that was number 2. Number 1. So this one I have made sure not to put in the last thing. Number 1 is in fact the Nintendo DS. So not the 3DS, not any of those others, not the 2DS, 3DS XL, new 3DS XL, new 3DS, DSi, none of those. The original Nintendo DS. So, the Nintendo DS was release date, Nintendo DS. Released, that's a 3DS. When was the DS released? Remember, Nintendo DSi, no, Nintendo DS. It was released 21st of November 2004. And the Nintendo DS was just amazing. Here, let's show you the image. There is a Nintendo DS Lite that works too, but these are the Nintendo DS. All like this. This is a Nintendo DS. And the Nintendo DS is just amazing. They released this out. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. 2 screens, buttons, it folds. It's crazy. You can touch the bottom screen. It's got a stylus. You can use internet connection now. You got an in-console store. It's crazy. It still plays all the Pokemon games. It has great hits like Pokemon Platinum, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Oh, and the best Mario Kart game, Mario Kart DS. So I didn't get Mario Kart DS because I have a 3DS that can play DS games, but I use that. I have Mario Kart 7. It's basically the same game, just Mario Kart DS is better because it got different things and stuff, but there's no point, right, spending our money on that. But this is number 1. It's my top 10 video game consoles. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like what you see, comment below, tell me your gratitude, like, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, maybe check out my channel a bit, see if you like it. I just got my new recording software. Thank you so much. Bye bye.